content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to modern audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to modern audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable.
I know my geographical assessments.
Yes.
So there.
Just not all the time.
No.
But TJ Logan.
Wait, are you serious?
Really?
Yes.
He looks good.
What?
He looks fine.
No, damn, Rick.
No, I didn't say.
He sang that. He sang it.
I don't know.
You guys just...
Right now, the only thing I'm getting is Tony Be Old.
Damn.
Gonna stone my boots in the...
Mimi, what's your Mount Rushmore?
They ain't talk about that.
What's your Mount Rush mushroom? Spell Rey Mysterio R-A-Y. So that.
Well, I have to say that was a good call for her.
That is, but get the spelling right. All right, so then that
To license...
Felt like he was here. I gave myself chills.
Rick.
dun dun dun.
Rick.
All right, that was corny.
Rick.
Next up we had...
Here's your headline.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Wrestling POV, episode number 178. Good God Almighty, that's a lot of episodes. That is a lot.
A lot of Tony.
It is.
Tell me about it.
That's fucked up. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with Mimi Goody.
Shalom.
And the third wheel, Rick Serrano III.
Hey, people.
And we are still missing Miguel Cole. Rick, do you got the latest on Miguel?
You know, I listened to the Wrestling POV Global Podcast on Wednesdays, where you can catch them every Wednesday on iTunes, YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio for free.
And TJ, I know my geographical assessments.
Yes.
So there.
Just not all the time.
No.
But TJ Logan and Elio Canella are saying that Miguel Cole was trying to go to Canada for some reason.
Yeah.
And that they try to detain him. And we know Miguel. You can't detain him.
No.
So apparently he's escaped the Mounties custody. And
Jesus.
he's somewhere. I don't know where he's at. But it's just like we read last week's tweet. Now, this week, yesterday, he tweeted this out.
Mm-hmm.
This little puppet ate chocolate. This little puppet ate bones. This little puppet got its head bashed in. And
Jesus
this little
Christ.
puppet is a son of a witch. I feel at home here. Hashtag puppets for life.
It sounds like he's in the Saw escape room or something. Jesus, man. That's a little weird.
Like, dude, where's your head at?
Right?
It's creepy.
That's very, very creepy. Wow. I don't know what to say.
I don't know.
I really don't.
If you guys know, please comment on our Twitter page or our Facebook page. We'll post it up.
Yeah.
What the hell, bro?
That's weird. That is weird. All right. Well, yeah, if you can, just like Rick said, throw it on our Facebook page if you guys can figure it out. With that being said, we got a lot to talk about this week. We have Raw, SmackDown, NXT POV, the book, and of course we have the Wrestling POV WWE Extreme Rules Pay-Per-View Points Game. Yes, it is that time again, man. And Rick, you got into a little scuffle.
A little
kind of over the internet, with a fan about a certain subject that we're going to talk about. That we're going to put it in, as a hot tag news of the week. That's how, because things got a little bit heated, and Rick is going to go over that in a little bit. But first, we have to go over the Facebook poll and hater comment of the week. So here's the deal: we didn't do really a poll so to say, because we have the Extreme Rules pay-per-view and all this other stuff. But I did wanted to read some comments that was posted on our Facebook page. Matt Novak, he posted a picture, and this is what WWE superstars would look like in 30 to 40 years. Go check it out on our Facebook page. It was pretty funny because the only ones that didn't age was R-Truth and Becky. I mean, well, no, actually, no. Becky looks a little bit older.
Yeah, it's R-Truth. It's
just
crack.
R-Truth. Yeah, he just doesn't. So I laughed my ass off when I saw it. I thought it was very, very funny. Elio Canella from Wrestling POV Global, he said John Cena, if he were bald, would look like my grandfather.
That's a good-looking grandfather.
Oh my Lord! And then Matt Novak said Kofi looks like Morgan Freeman. Jesus. But what was funny to me was his wife, Laura Novak. She said, Matt, don't know what you are laughing at. You will also look like the one last row, second from the right in 30 years. Jesus. Where's the love, man?
I mean, Matt, in your defense, if you have Brock Lesnar's body in 30 years, is that much to complain about?
Man, that was rough. That was rough. And then, of course, the picture of, not the picture, but the video of Teddy Hart's, what does he call that?
Canadian Destroyer off the ladder.
Yeah, that was sick, man. That was sick.
And we had an interview with him on the Wrestling POV Global, so make sure you check it out.
Yes, we do.
Literal moments after he did that move off the ladder, he did an interview with TJ Logan, so make sure you check that out.
Yes, absolutely. It was quite the feat. That was just downright crazy, man. Crazy. So yeah, it was crazy. All right, so that's it. I'm not, like I said, we got a lots to talk about this week.
Well, before you continue, I want to give out a hater comment.
For what?
For Laura Novak.
No,
you coming at my boy? I gotta back up my boy.
No, I gotta disagree with it.
I thought it was hilarious.
No. Besides, Matt's on my bad list because he's a Boston fan. Okay.
Damn, Laura just became.
Now I'm a fan of Lord Novak's. Okay. Well, unless he's a Boston fan too, I don't know. Jesus. But
the red coats.
You know what? Me and Mrs. Novak, we're the red coats now.
Damn,
the blue coats. The blue coats. That's it. Yeah, because with the Yankee colors. I don't even know if she's a Yankee fan. But
damn.
No,
man.
I disagree. She's not the hater comment. All right, Mimi, you're the tiebreaker. Is she?
I don't think she's the hater comment.
Oh, there you go, Rick.
Damn, man. And Matt's still in the book, right? He didn't apologize.
He's still in the book. No, he did not. No, he did not for being a Boston fan. That's ridiculous. Or in the words of Tony Diaz, that's ridiculous. So, all right. Well, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. With that being said, it is time for the wrestling news from around the world. Take it away, Rick.
All right. Before we do that, let's get into some birthdays. All right. The reigning, defending, undisputed, Money in the Bank winner, Brock Lesnar, turns 42 years old.
Really?
42.
Jesus, man.
He's been there for a while, man.
He has been there a while, and he does not look 42. I'm sorry.
What does he look?
He does not. Huh?
What does he look?
Like 50. Okay. Damn.
We want exact numbers here. All right. Gilbert turns 60 years old.
Jesus Christ, are you shitting me?
Nope. Gilbert. I mean, Gilbert would have been a better matchup against The Undertaker than Goldberg.
That is true. He's right.
All right, here's the thing now that messes me up a little bit. So Gilbert is 60, but he looks like he's 80. This next guy also turned 60, Kevin Nash.
Are you serious?
Really?
Yes.
He looks good.
What?
He looks fine.
Damn, Rick.
No, I didn't say fine. I said he looks good for
Kevin Nash looks good for his age. 60
Rick went on Sunday and shit.
60 years old, and that's how he looks?
Oh, okay.
I know,
compared to
the only thing
Gilbert?
that's different is that he's got freaking white hair.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get old.
Yeah, Tony Diaz.
Hey. That's messed up. And no, I do not have grays.
Yeah, he does.
No, I
Mark
do not.
Merrow turns 56 years old. The Wildcat.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he? He was trying to be. What was the? Oh my God. He was trying to be like an old time. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Johnny B. Bad, wasn't it? Yeah, he used to be like Johnny B. Bad or something like that. Like when he first got into WCW, and he used to. What was his name? Jesus, that singer from back in the day.
Yeah.
The guy that sung Johnny
Johnny
B.
B. Good?
Or Johnny B. Good. Yeah, he sung that. He sang that. He sang it.
I don't know.
You guys just.
Right now, the only thing I'm getting is Tony B. Old.
Damn.
Sami Zayn turns 35 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tyson Kidd turns 39. X-Pac turns 47.
Now he looks like
He's 60.
he's 60. I can't believe I'm older than his ass.
You gotta cut that ponytail. That's gone.
I thought he did.
It's still there.
Is it really? Should we put it in the book?
Nah, he's not worth it.
He's not even worthy.
Yeah. But if this next guy keeps up with it, I think he might be in the book soon. Shelton Benjamin turns 44 years old.
You know, what the hell's going on with him?
I mean, with old age, you start wandering your eyes around, whatever. I don't know.
Apparently so. I mean, I haven't gotten to that part yet, but good Lord, man, that's just terrible.
It's horrible. It's ridiculous.
It's beyond that. You know what?
What
you
is
know
it?
what it really is?
What?
It's churlish.
What?
It's churlish.
Really?
Yeah. It belongs in the turlet.
Nonsense. All right, it is now time for the wrestling news from around the world. Alberto Del Rio.
Who?
Hold on. Took a lot of. Let me get my hand. All right. Alberto Del Rio will be facing off against Tito Ortiz in an MMA fight.
Yes.
What incarnation?
First of all, Alberto Del Rio, he did used to do MMA. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
And I think he's really gonna beat the shit out of Tito Ortiz.
Oh, Tito Ortiz is done. Tito Ortiz is done.
He's too old, man. Did you watch that fight with Chuck Liddell?
The third one, the horrible.
That was so like where the punches were like 10 miles an hour. I mean, 2 miles an hour. Sorry. I mean, it was like slow motion punch. I was like, what am I watching? And this ain't Chuck Liddell.
They used to call it punches and bunches.
Oh my God!
Not anymore.
This was that fight was terrible. This fight, I'm telling you right now, and nothing against Tito Ortiz. He was one of the greats, but he is gonna lose against Alberto. Alberto's gonna tear him up.
Yeah, for sure. That's just
For shizzle.
for shizzle my nizzle.
Uh-huh.
All right. My last bit of news: WWE is returning to Madison Square Garden
Yeah.
for live TV for the first time in 10 years.
It's been 10 years, really?
10 years. The last time they had a Raw at Madison Square Garden was in 2009.
Wow.
That is
So
preposterous.
Why? What changed it?
I have no idea. Well,
They were doing-
the Barclays Center.
Yeah, they
That
still
has a
did
lot to do with it.
house shows and everything, but they were not
Yeah.
doing Monday Night Raw. But on September 9th and September 10th, they are doing Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live.
SmackDown? Wow.
Interesting.
Yep.
It's just, I mean, it's the Mecca, people. But the problem
like
is,
bacon.
they're saying that the amount of money that James Dolan is charging is
Jesus.
ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
He's an asshole.
yeah, they got to get rid of him. The Knicks got to get rid of him. I mean, what the hell happened to free agency for the Knicks?
Ugh,
Ugh.
Jesus. It was looking good until the draft, but
Then
that's
everybody-
a whole different story.
Yeah, but yeah, so
That's a whole
James,
different podcast.
A
yeah,
whole different podcast. Yeah.
James Dolan is pretty much a prick, and he's just holding Madison Square Garden hostage. That's why they can't have shows at the Garden. It's way better than the Barclays Center. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden is way better.
I've never been to the Barclays Center, so I don't know. But obviously, you live in New York City.
Yeah.
right in the heart of it too. So is it like what makes it different?
I mean, the Barclays Center to me is like a high school gym. It's really small.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. The ambiance is not there for me. I mean, I went there the Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania where Shane faced Undertaker, and that was pretty cool. But I just didn't like this way it was set up. Like Madison Square Garden, you're like, yo, I'm in an arena here.
Yeah, but isn't Madison Square Garden like has like the nosebleed seats and you can they look like ants.
Pretty much.
Well, when you have money like I do, you know,
a teacher's salary. But not only that, Madison Square Garden has so much history.
Yeah.
You know, why wouldn't they keep doing shows there? You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously James Dolan is a big problem, but I mean, think about it. The infamous Jimmy Snuka jumping off of that cage. I was there, and I was at the nosebleed section when that happened. You know what I'm saying? And so many others when Captain Lou Albano fought Jimmy Snuka. And, you know, actually, I was closer. I was like 4 rows back for that matchup.
4 rows back to the blows.
Yeah, you can't even say that right.
The nosebleed seats.
4 blows back to the nose. Wait, what?
I mean, Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden is where I met The Rock. You know, like The Rock came to our booth because we were up in the free seat where you get the free food and everything in one of those booths. And
really?
The Rock came up after his match, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's The Rock!" But he's Rocky Maivia. So it wasn't really.
So that don't count.
Yeah, it don't count.
Yeah, that don't count.
Damn. So. All right, that's all I got for the news. Tony, on to the rumors.
All right, so straight on to the rumors. Ronda Rousey could be coming back to WWE sooner rather than later to work with Paul Heyman.
No.
Still don't like it, huh?
No.
Why?
Because we don't need more Paul Heyman on TV. We don't need more Brock Lesnar promos.
Yeah, but this could be a different scenario, though. Maybe Paul Heyman is not going to be on TV with her. But
All right.
Got something different with her.
I just don't want to see the baddest woman on the planet.
But what if Paul Heyman did the Dangerous Alliance again and she was part of it? No. I'd be interested in that. No,
I don't want to see it. Don't want to see Ronda Rousey. I don't want to see Ronda in there no more. No.
Let me ask you guys a question though. Do you honestly think since she left at WrestleMania, the women's division, is it the same? Has it gone down or has it gotten better since she left?
I think it's actually a little better. A little bit. Because we have more stuff. First of all, we got Lacey Evans finally. And we got that going. I feel like there's more stories being developed with more talent. I mean, you got the tag team women and stuff like that. But, I mean, you know what? I'm going to change my answer. I'm going to say a little bit it's the same. It's the same.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of women that are not being involved. Naomi, Natalya, Dana Brooke, Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan, they're all sitting sidelines. So, about the same.
Mimi?
I was going to say it was about the same.
Yeah? All right. If you guys say so, sure.
Would you want to make a poll out of it?
No. Well, you know what? That wouldn't be a bad idea. I'll leave that. I'll do that as a poll, and you guys decide. Has it gotten better or worse?
Since
the
Ronda
women's
left.
division since Ronda left. So that'll be the poll for next week.
Well, it should be better, worse, or the same.
Well, we can only do 2.
You can do like the emojis.
So, no, I don't want to do that because I want people to actually vote, and I need them to comment on that subject because I'm curious to know. I mean, if they think it is the same still, you don't have to vote, but just at least comment if you guys think it's the same. So moving on to the rumors, The Undertaker versus Drew McIntyre is currently being advertised locally for SummerSlam. Is that I guess a hint on what's going to happen this week, tomorrow on the Extreme Rules pay-per-view?
I don't know. I've also heard rumor here that it's going to be a casket match.
I heard that too, but I've heard more false rumors about it than positive rumors.
I would prefer that false rumor. I would love a casket match.
Yeah, but the thing of it is, if it's a casket match, then
Drew has to win.
He has to win. He can't. I mean, you can't bury Drew McIntyre in that match. You just can't. You know, if he's going to be one of your top guys, You can't do that match and then expect him to lose. The Undertaker would have to lose. He
And
would.
that would be a good send-off.
It would be. It could be. But I think
It should be.
It should be. But I think the way WWE is, they want to savor that. They want to milk the Undertaker all the way up until next year's WrestleMania.
That's a long way away.
That is a very long way away, and that's probably what they want to do as far as to retire him goes. You know? So that's how I see it. And finally, NXT could move to FS1 to compete directly with AEW's TV show on TNT. And I don't know about that, but hey,
Good luck.
good luck, I say.
I mean, good luck with that. I mean, we'll see.
Exactly.
And then they would have to change the days because AEW's going to be on Tuesdays and NXT's on Wednesdays, so they would have to.
Wait,
Yeah.
I thought AEW was going to be on Wednesdays.
No, it's
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays. Yeah. So that's
Fair enough.
that's just some spiteful crap right there.
That is.
Like,
Yeah.
you're going out of your way
Theirs
now.
is a spiteful business.
It is, you know, and WWE's been doing it for so long, and look where they're at now. They're $1 billion company. So, you know, AEW's going to have to step up their
But
game.
even Roman, the Roman,
The Roman.
even
Jesus.
even Rome fell
Yeah,
when it was on the top of its game.
that is true.
I was there. I was at the Coliseum.
With that being said, I am done with the rumors. Injury. Rick, what do you got?
There is somebody that's injured. Josh Sanders' heart.
With that being said, then let's go straight on to the hot tag news of the week.
Yes.
Man, this got interesting on our page. Rick, I'll let you take over the reins and explain what happened.
I'm going to explain it
And
right
it started with the Mount Rushmore
Yes.
of pro wrestling. So you want to take it from there?
Yes,
While I look
absolutely.
for it, because I don't
Yes.
even know where it is.
So Josh Sanders, our loyal fan, decided he was going to post on our page, which we all hope that you guys do. We love that you guys post and try to talk to us on our page. So he posted on our page, your Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Yes.
Now, I posted my Mount Rushmore was Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, and Chris Jericho. That was
Right.
my Mount Rushmore. And apparently, this was just preposterous to Josh Sanders. Now, before I continue, what are your Mount Rushmores?
Well, I was trying to look for it on our Facebook page. I can't find it for some reason. Here it is. Well, yeah, you said yours was Bret Hart, Chris Jericho, Undertaker, and Hulk Hogan. And then that's where pretty much it started the big debate between you guys. For me, it's Ric Flair, Undertaker, Steve Austin, and the Macho Man. I think the Macho Man had a huge part in wrestling history.
Absolutely.
So that's why he has to be on there. But there is so many that could go on there.
Yep.
You know, I only posted the ones that I guess not affected my wrestling, but you know, the ones that stood out for me.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with yours at all. Like, if I had another chance, I could pick those four. Like, for me, it's like it's interchangeable. It depends on what you really want. But
exactly.
Josh Sanders.
Now, before you go on to that, I'll read with somebody else. Mimi, what's your Mount Rushmore?
I ain't talk about that.
What's your Mount Rush mushroom? Jesus Christ.
Andre the Giant.
Oh, Andre, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay. Two more.
Tito Santana.
Okay.
And Tamina's father.
Who?
Snooker.
Oh, Jimmy Snooker.
Jimmy Snuka. That's interesting.
I'll tell you a quick story about Tito Santana. I've wrestled him before. And he's the nicest guy out there. He punches like a baby. And that's how much he protects you as a worker. But working with him, it was like almost like a childhood dream come true, because I did idolize him, you know, when he was Intercontinental Champion and da-da-da. But I honestly think, and towards his end of his career, when he did the Matador gimmick, it was just terrible. But it's funny because our good friend Kenny Casanova is almost finishing up his book, which I think is awesome, because Tito's a school teacher. So you and Rick, you guys got something in common.
Except Rick is a matador de todo, everything else.
Yeah, the Totos. So the funny thing is that Tito mentioned the fact, because I spoke with Kenny about it, and he said that there was one thing that's in the book, and I laughed so hard, and then Kenny sent me the video. It was a match between him and Brett and Shawn Michaels, and you can see it in the ring. They're both facing each other, and you can read Tito's lips saying, "You got a booger in your nose," and then right away Shawn Michaels grabbed it out, and like he put it on a loop so that way you could see and you could read his lips. Funniest thing ever. So that's the Tito Santana story, and look out for his book from World of Hot Waffles Publishing, and that's Kenny's thing. I don't know why he calls it. I know why, but it's an inside joke. Johnny Demento, a good friend of the show's, he said Flair, Hogan, Taker, and Austin.
Okay.
That's a good one there. Now, this one, Jazzy J, girlfriend, you know why I'm laughing, right? She posted Undertaker, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, and Jeff Hardy. So then Josh Sanders says Ray, R-E-Y, and then he says Eddie, E-D-D-I-E, because she spelled Eddie, E-D-D-Y, and she spelled Rey Mysterio, R-A-Y. So that. Well,
I have to say that was a good call for her.
That is, but get the spelling right. All right, so then Matt Novak. That's wrong, but hey, it's okay. All right, so Matt Novak, he said, based in what they did in the industry, Mount Rushmore, not just in ring, Hogan, Rock, Undertaker, Flair. Then all of a sudden, him and Josh Sanders go at it on here. It's just a lot. They just
on the Facebook.
Yeah.
They just went so far into this. I'm not gonna read it all, but I mean, they went back and forth, man. I was just like, wow. All right, so now we'll go on to what you and Josh Sanders discussed on our Facebook page. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, Josh Sanders basically, first of all, he put Edge in his Mount Rushmore, and I'm sorry, I can't have that. And you know what? I didn't say anything to him about that. He came at me for having Chris Jericho. Are you kidding me? Chris Jericho? You're coming at Chris Jericho, one of the best technical wrestlers we have ever seen? The man who can reinvent himself, who's been part of 3 different WWE eras and was on the top of each and every one of them? Are you kidding me? That Chris Jericho? The Chris Jericho who was WCW champion? Who was in ECW, who was in WWE, who was in New Japan, who's in AEW, who's been at the top of his game in every single one of those things, who went to Mexico, Canada, Germany, and was at the top, friggin' Chris Lionheart, that Chris Jericho?
and he has his own rock group?
Fozzy? Are you kidding me? That Chris Jericho? So basically, he then wanted to make a bet. He's like,
wait, which Chris Jericho again?
The best in the world? Who went in WCW? So he wanted to make a bet, and then he wants to insult me, Tony. He insulted me. He said that seeing how you were so good at bets on the show, I was like, oh,
wait a minute,
really?
On his defense, though, your betting is terrible.
It is.
I've never seen you won one bet.
Wow. All right,
go ahead.
So he wants to make a bet, and I said, you know what? Fine, we'll make a bet. We'll put up a poll: Chris Jericho versus Edge. Who is the better superstar? And if I lose the bet, then I have to perform Edge's entrance on this day and do the whole shtick. But
I see clearly.
If Josh loses, we don't own the rights to that song. If Josh loses,
even if I sang it,
he is going to automatically be the Rick Serrano the Turd Award recipient for this month's pay-per-view.
Wow.
That's one hell of a bet.
So we put up a poll.
Okay. And the poll was, who is the better superstar, Chris Jericho or Edge? So now, wait a minute. There was more to this bet, wasn't there?
There was
percentage.
Yeah, so there was gonna be more. There was gonna be a lot more. If it was like a 70-30 finish,
right,
then it would have been worse for Josh and worse for me. But
Right.
we didn't get all there, so.
Okay, so Matt Novak, again, because he got in the middle of this, he wrote,
Jesus.
anyone who can compete in all these major companies and still be relevant is definitely doing something right. And he put out the T-shirts of WCW, Monday Jericho, Raw is Jericho, and AEW is Jericho. Josh replied back saying Edge was loyal to WWE and he had to retire early, not by choice. Then you came into this, Rick,
Yes.
and said Jericho was always loyal to every company. He was always on good terms with WWE up until AEW. Josh came out and he says up until, then he switched to AEW, which in turn breaks loyalty. Edge would have never done that. That's the difference. You came out and you said he was always free to go as he pleased when he came to WWE. They only got upset because they fear AEW. Edge wouldn't survive anywhere outside of WWE. He can't reinvent himself like Jericho could. Josh came back with, you take that back. Edge would have been fine. He went from a tag team king to an ultimate opportunist to the rated R superstar.
That's all the same.
I remember hearing a story that if Jericho lost that undisputed title match with The Rock and Austin, that he was going to leave. Edge did not want to wrestler for the indies. Can't blame him one bit. WWE is the best in the wrestling world. Jericho on Mount Rushmore of wrestling just makes me laugh even hearing it. Edge did more in WWE than Y2J ever or will ever do. I'm not going to read everything because you guys went crazy.
Yo, I'll just finish it up with this. It's that Edge cannot reinvent himself. The rated R superstar and the ultimate opportunist is the same thing. The only difference was from the Brood to Tag Team Edge. That was the biggest difference.
Well, and from the tag team to rated R superstar.
Yeah, and
He did win the
ultimate
title.
opportunist and rated R is the same thing. There was no big difference. Jericho, he's the ultimate. He's charisma. He is charisma in itself. He can do anything and everything. He's a top heel. He's a top babyface. Edge couldn't talk on the mic for donkey balls. He
was good. He wasn't
was
that
okay,
bad.
yeah.
He was okay.
He was
good.
donkey balls.
But he wasn't donkey balls
It wasn't great.
Donkey balls.
because he thinks it's Sunday.
Yo,
It's not Sunday.
Jericho was the ultimate. He was the best on the mic. He was great at making you hate him, making you great at making you love him. But Edge,
The one thing I will say about Jericho is that he is really good at creating something and making it big.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I will say that. Like the whole list thing, obviously we got that from him when we do our book. But, when he did that list, I don't think anybody thought that was going to be the way it
But
was.
the thing is, too, can I interrupt?
Go ahead.
The thing is, too, that I like about Jericho is that Jericho can build up another wrestler as well.
True.
Absolutely.
I have not seen Edge
will
or
agree with you on
ever
that.
seen Edge do that.
And
Yeah.
Edge is
If
John Cena
if I'm wrong,
2.0.
please.
But
show me.
to play devil's advocate too, if Edge wasn't hurt and didn't have that severe neck injury, would he surpass Jericho as far as talent and what he could accomplish in the business?
Absolutely not.
Should have. No.
No. I mean, Edge was John Cena 2.0. Honestly, what is Edge's moveset? Him and John Cena had great matches together, but there was 8 moves total between the two. So I'm sorry, Edge is not nowhere near Mount Rushmore. And again, I still don't put Edge in my top 50, and that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's me.
And I have to say, not playing devil's advocate or anything like that, but being Switzerland, it's your POV. That's the purpose of it. Everybody has their own POV. So your Mount Rushmore
Try it one more time.
is different than everybody else's.
Exactly. There's no need to make bets that you're gonna lose.
He's always saying that. Yeah. Now I'm gonna read a few more comments, and then we're gonna go to the polls. Jay Havel said has to be Y2J for longevity and the fact he keeps reinventing himself. Scott Heisenberg. Whoa.
He's alive.
He is alive.
Say my name.
Now, see, he kind of said what I said. If Edge didn't have the injuries, it would be a better conversation. Who was the better heel would be a better argument.
No. Shut up.
Juan Espaliat. He said Y2J, and it's not debatable. Dylan James Skinner says Edge. Damn.
Idiot.
That's all he said. He didn't want to hear nothing else, but he just said Edge. That was it. Let me see. Josh Sanders again. He says hey, it ain't like it's not close to being 50. Oh, he was talking about the poll results. Matthew William Beck. He says Y2J is lame. Damn.
Wow.
Man.
Said nobody ever.
That's true, man. Holy shit. Let me see what we got. Oh my God, this is a real name. Chokwan Chito Naholau Mbasatibi. I am not lying. Look at that name. What
That's a
long name. He said Edge is a B- wrestler and gives C promos. Never should have made it past the mid card.
Got him.
Wow.
Alrighty then, my God. Doji Singh, he says, I don't see why Edge gets the pops he gets. I never thought of him as a main eventer. Jericho, though, has changed his look and his style through the years and is always reinventing himself. I don't think I could show enough respect for him as he really is that damn good.
Wow.
Michael Pacielli, he said, I can't imagine Jericho had a better career, but I prefer Edge. He's one of the reasons I got into wrestling. Jim Kramer says, dead heat if Edge didn't hurt his neck. See? And, you know, that's a few. There's some emojis,
Maybe,
not emojis.
it could be. I
There's
don't
some
know.
gifs of Edge. Jericho is on my Mount Rushmore. The guy's 100% all in the business. Terrence Summer says, Edge is one of my favorites of all time. Jericho is in my top 5 of all time.
I never liked
So,
Edge,
I mean, there's a lot of different opinions about it. And I think the major one is, you know, the fact is, if he didn't hurt his neck, because that's how I see it. Which one who had the better career? I have to go with Jericho. But I do wonder if Edge didn't hurt his neck, would he be at the same level as Jericho? Or even better?
I don't
You
know
know?
if he would be.
I don't think we can answer that question, and it's not fair to answer that question. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right now, if I had to vote, I would vote Jericho. I would, based on what both careers has done. Would Edge be in my top 20? Yeah, he would. He would. In my top 10? Sorry, I don't think he would be. Not in my top 10, but that's my POV. So now the results. You guys ready for this?
Yes, I am.
57% went with Chris Jericho. 43% went with Edge. So, there you go. Sorry, Josh. It was close, though.
Yeah, so close.
He can't argue that. I mean, it was close. So, Rick, take it away with the rest of it.
All right, so Josh Sanders, you are the Rick Serrano III Award recipient because you lost to me. Who loses bets? Not me. I am undefeated in bets in 2019, baby. So, now, this is what's going to happen.
Since 2019?
What?
Yeah, I haven't lost a bet.
2018 was his last bet? Didn't you bet Little B?
No. He bet Jazzy J.
Yeah, and I beat her. Always beat her. All right. So,
ahead.
undefeated in bets. So, Josh Sanders, you are now the Rick Serrano III Award recipient because you lost his bet. Now, listen, Josh. I am a reasonable guy. I'm not the kind of guy that likes to rub it in and make you smell the turd that you are. But this is what we're going to do, Josh. How about a double or nothing bet? And when I say double or nothing, I mean double or nothing for you. Because I won my bid. So this is what we're going to do, Josh. If you want to accept this bet, you just say, all right, I accept on our Facebook page, and then we know. So this is what we're going to do, Josh. I want you to play the pay-per-view point game. Even though you're going to be last place regardless, I want you to play this game. And this is why. You and me are going to go head-to-head in the pay-per-view points game. Now, if I lose to you, then you know what, Josh? You will no longer be the Rick Serrano the Turn Award recipient. Okay?
If he beats you.
If he beats
Just
me.
you.
Just me.
Okay.
Now, if I win,
Oh, boy.
then Josh, the Rick Serrano the Turd Award will be renamed the Josh Sandturd Award. For the rest of time.
Wait, what is it going to be called?
The Josh Sandturd Award.
Oh, my God.
So, Josh.
Oh. So I say he has until what? The end of Saturday or early morning Sunday to accept or
I'll
deny
give
the
him
challenge.
I'll give him 10 a.m. Eastern Sunday time.
Sunday? Okay.
Yep, 10
So,
a.m.
Josh,
Eastern.
You have till 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to reply. Put it on our Facebook page to confirm this bet. Rick is feeling lucky. Rick is feeling
I'm
lucky
feeling
for the
good.
first time ever. You know?
Yeah. I mean, need I go over how great I am at this pay-per-view points game? Do I
No.
need to name all the things, my accomplishments?
Oh, God, no, we don't.
No,
All right. So there you go.
Show as it is.
So I can definitely beat Josh Sanders in a one-on-one matchup
Wow.
for sure. I've been doing it for a long time.
Jesus Christ.
So Josh, accept the bet, and you may not no longer be the Rick Serrano Turn Award recipient, or you may be the new Josh Sanders.
So wait. I didn't get the rest. Now, if he beats you, then what happens?
Then I take him off. He's not going to be the Rick Serrano Turn Award recipient.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
it'll be a different person, though.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah,
whoever's in last
Gotcha.
place.
PPV.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds fair. All right. So, Josh, you got till 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to
Sunday.
respond. So, put it on our Facebook page. And if you got any additional comments, feel free to put them on there. So, all right. With that being said, that is it for the hot tag news. Again, if you guys have anything you want us to discuss about or talk about and put it as a poll, put it as a comment on our page or whatever, post it on our page. Okay, we'll definitely talk about it. We've been getting a lot of responses lately, and we really, really appreciate it. It just makes the show go longer, but it's a lot of fun doing it. I enjoy doing it, and it's like I said, wrestling POV is basically just your own point of view. Nobody's really wrong about what they say. That's just how they feel.
Word, Josh
And
Sanders.
Except Josh Sanders, yeah. Bad luck, guy. No. All right, with that being said, let's go over Raw notes. Starts off with Seth and Becky versus Andrade and Selena Vega. I like this match. The only thing I did not like is the fact that Becky pinned Selena Vega, which I don't got a problem with, but it seems like they didn't know what to do after that. Selena did some things to Seth, which that's what it needs. To me, this was a hot start for Raw. Nice, good opening segment for this. Lacey came out chasing after Becky, and then they brawled it, and a lot of shit went on.
Big punch.
Yeah, that was.
That was a
But
stiff.
the thing that had me rolling was when Lacey Evans. Now, granted, I know it's her gimmick, and she wears the hat, but sometimes you might, girl, leave the hat in the back sometimes because you're too concerned about it. Like before, when she threw that punch, you saw she automatically went to grab her hat because it was falling.
Oh, no.
Stop. Don't pay attention to that shit. Just leave it. Either leave it in the back, or if it does fly off, it flies off. But what I found was funny during this match was when she was outside in the crowd and her hat fell, and she tells this old lady to pick up her fucking hat. And the old lady did. But then she snatches it from her like, oh my God, that's so fucking wrong of you, man. But it was hilarious. And I'm digging this character that she has. And it was just like when, I forgot, it was you or Rick showed me when she was coming into the building and there was fans, and then a fan wanted to high
I showed
five.
you that one.
Yeah, and then she grabbed the napkin first and then did the high five. That is living your gimmick, and I love it when wrestlers do that. It just makes it more oomph. So overall, I gave it a 3. It was a good start, so I gave it a 3. You guys?
I gave it a 2.5. I liked the match, but the thing that I didn't like was elimination intergender match.
Yeah,
It makes no
that I
sense.
didn't like. Yeah.
Because if Andrade wins, what happens?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, but I think it would have just been Becky and Selena in there. But yeah, that I just didn't like. But they only, it's like they're doing dumb shit like that
Yeah.
lately, and it's all because they don't want them to wrestle during a commercial.
Yeah.
Stupid. Mimi, what you give him?
I gave it a 2 because of the disqualification.
Okay. And then up next, it was The Miz and the Usos versus Elias and the Revival. Another 2 out of 3 falls. Come on,
What are they
man.
thinking, man? What are they doing?
thinking? But
The commercial
and that's what it is. You know, this was a good match. Wasn't the greatest, but to me, a little bit confusing. Not too bad, but I gave it a 2. Rick?
I went 1.5. I'm sick of these 2 out of 3 falls. I'm sick of the
The
Miz.
2 out of 3 falls is what's killing it.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know?
like it.
Mimi.
But
I
the
gave it a
Usos are
2.
great. The Usos
Yeah.
are great.
Yeah. Mimi?
I gave it a 2.
Okay.
The same reasons that Rick just said.
Then up next, Rey Mysterio comes back and he says he has an open challenge. And who it was? Fucking Bobby Lashley. Now, who did he piss in their Cheerios to have this happen to him? He freaking loses. I gave this a 1. It was just bad. It was just terrible.
I went with a 2. I loved it. I love that Bobby Lashley came back and just said, "Yo, you're Rey Mysterio, bro. I'm about to destroy you." I loved it. 2.
Mimi.
I did a 1
Okay.
because he destroyed Rey
He
Mysterio.
beat the shit
and
out of
it's
him.
like, he's Rey Mysterio, for
Yeah.
God's sakes.
Beat the crap out of him.
He's not supposed to get beat the fuck up like that.
Now, up next, for some odd reason, I was looking forward to this match because I'm thinking, all right, they're finally going to give a little push to No Way Jose. He went up against Cesaro. He got his ass whooped. This one, I mean, it's only because it was just a little bit entertaining. I gave it a 1.5 stars. So that's all.
I
Sorry.
gave it a 1.5 as well.
All right, Rick.
You know, I'm shocked. I went 2.5. I am
Really?
I'm all in. I'm all in on Cesaro kicking ass and taking names. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
So I was for it.
I guess you're right, but at the same time, I was looking more forward to seeing No Way Jose get some kind of freaking offensive
Right,
in,
because-
and it didn't happen.
And I agree with Tony in that aspect of it because in NXT he was badass.
He was.
It was.
He was.
And-
but at the same time, he did not have a fucking conga line either.
No.
You know? He came in dancing, but he ain't had no conga line.
Because he's that Rose guy.
Adam
all over
Rose.
again.
Adam Rose. Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, so up next, the Viking Raiders versus 2 jobbers. You know what was weird is because I like, same with how you like the Cesaro kicking ass, I like the Viking Raiders kicking ass, and I gave this one a 2.5. Rick.
I went the opposite with this
You
one. I
see?
went 1.5. I'm like, I'm sick of it. Guys, get them a story.
I think it's going to happen after Extreme Rules. It's just that doing it this way still shows them that they're dominant, and the guys are very freaking talented. That's why I gave it a 2.5. I was so entertained by it.
Yeah, and I was entertained by it as well, even though I didn't know who the other 2 were, and apparently that's why. I gave it a 2.
All right, up next, it was Ricochet versus Gallows. Ricochet ended up winning it, but then he went on to face Anderson, and he won that one. This was okay. I just like Ricochet in general, so just to, because it was him, I gave it a 2.5. So I wasn't, too overly hyped about this, but it was still an entertaining match for me. Rick?
Yeah, for me, it's just like I'm just sick of seeing I beat you, now beat him.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, guys. Like, we don't need to keep doing this to fill up time. I went with a 2. I love Ricochet. I love the club, but stop with this back and forth. Like,
what they got to do is they got to close this out after Extreme Rules and do something else. You know what I'm saying? To show that this stable is going to be dominant. So, but we have our PPV Points Game later on, and we'll talk about that later. Mimi?
I gave it a 3 because
really?
Ricochet. I love Ricochet.
bing, bing, bing.
Bing, bing, bing. Up next, it was Bayley versus Sarah Logan. This wasn't too bad. Sarah Logan seems to be improving to me, but I still only gave it a 2 stars. Rick?
I went 1.5. Not that impressed.
Yeah. Mimi?
I gave it a 2.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it was Nikki Cross. Oh, by the way, this was the Beat the Clock Challenge thing. That's why they were having this match. Sorry. And then Nikki Cross had to beat Bailey's time, which she did. She pinned Dana Brooke. This was also a 2. Nikki gave the stipulation of putting herself in the match. Now, I heard the reason why they added her to the match is because Alexa Bliss came down with a real nasty cold, and they don't know if she's going to still be available by Sunday. So that's why they added Nikki to this match. So, all right, sure. But it furthers along with the storyline, though, that Nikki's got to do all this work.
Right.
You know? So, but yeah, I gave it a 2. Rick?
I gave it a 1. I'm not a big fan of Dana Brooke. But I do love this story. I love the handicap match that they're doing against Bailey. And when we go to the pay-per-view points game, I have a little something.
So do I. All right, so then finally in the main event, it was Roman and masked wrestler, the janitor, supposedly, versus Drew and Shane. And it ended up being Drew and Shane winning this match. This I gave it 2. Under the mask, it ended up being Cedric Alexander, not Cedric the Entertainer. And it was okay. I was a little bit shocked by them adding Cedric Alexander to this. That's why I gave it a 2. There wasn't nothing really to close it out. Wasn't really that great for a go-home show. So that's why I gave it a 2. Mimi?
I gave it a 2 because I didn't like it at all.
Jesus. All right. Rick?
I gave it a 1.5 because I didn't like it at all. I don't understand why you putting Cedric in this mix. Second of all, if you're going to add Cedric, why were you going to have him lose?
Exactly, yeah.
Why have Shane win? Like, it makes no sense to me.
It makes
1.5.
no
Right.
sense.
It
So,
didn't make any sense at all.
the overall, I gave Raw a 2. 2 stars. It was actually 1.8888, so rounded it off to 2. And I'm glad I did this because what I have on the other ones played a big factor into my decision on who I'm going for this week. And we'll talk about it later on. So that is your Raw. If you guys went along with us and agreed with us or had the same score, hey, good for you.
Rick, how many stars was Raw for you?
For me, actually the same exact as Tony. 2 stars, and it was 1.8.
No
and I rounded
kidding.
up. Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah.
Wow. Mimi.
It was 2 stars, but mine was 2.22.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. So now, of course, we got SmackDown Breakdown, NXT POV, and the WWE Pay-Per-View Points Game coming up after we take this quick pause for the cows. So I guess we'll be right back, I guess. I don't know. Jesus.
Unless
What do
we
y'all
keep
want
going.
from me?
I mean, I don't know.
Keep going. I don't know what they want. What do you guys want? Josh Sanders, Turtle Word, soon? Maybe? We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm WWE superstar Charlotte Flair, also known as the Queen, and listen to Wrestling POV podcast and always do it with Flair. Woo!
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The Wrestling POV podcast is affiliated with the Collar and Elbow brand. Make sure you go to collarandelbowbrand.com and save yourself 10% by using promo code WPOV. Not only are you helping your local indie wrestlers, but you're helping people like us, the Wrestling POV podcast and Wrestling POV Global. By using promo code WPOV, the collarandelbowbrand.com. You go shop on there. They got some great t-shirts, got some hats, got some hoodies, got some bags, got some sunglasses. Still working on that goddamn underwear, but we will get there sooner rather than later. But just remember, when you're checking out, use the promo code WPOV. Save yourself 10%. It's not 9, it's 10.
No.
10%.
No. Why would people think it's 9 when it's 10%?
10%. It's a lot.
Golly almighty.
All right, it is now time for the SmackDown Breakdown.
Are you ready? Break it down. Degenerate into something cool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown opens up with a parking lot brawl between Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. I enjoyed it.
I did too. This is probably the freaking opening segment. Good start for SmackDown in a long time.
Yeah, it was.
I gave it a 3.
Right.
Wasn't even.
Wow.
It was duking. I gave that shit a 3. Yeah.
They were duking it out. They had Shane McMahon come out and say, "Go home, Kevin," and tell Dolph Ziggler that he's going to be fighting later on, and that the main event match was canceled between Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. I really enjoyed it, and it continued as the show was opening up. Kevin Owens comes out, grabs a mic, and it's just like
Got the pipe bomb.
boom, shakalaka. I mean,
Now,
go ahead, Mimi.
Do you think it was a work, or do you think he was being truthful?
I think it was a little bit of both, honestly. I honestly think he was just going in there. He was talking fast. He knew Shane McMahon was coming out. So he was like, I got to get this out there real quick. And he was dropping names and stuff like that. I really enjoyed this. Kevin Owens, basically, if you didn't watch SmackDown, was basically just saying that it's a ridiculous that Shane McMahon comes out, calls himself the best in the world, that he's taking up people's time, like Liv Morgan, Apollo Crews, Ali, and stuff like that. And he just basically told the truth that what us, the fans, are sick of seeing.
Yeah.
And he basically also said about how the McMahons came out months ago saying how things are going to be different.
And they did.
But Shane just went on an ego trip. Shane cut off a couple of mics and everything, and basically Kevin Owens then just ran off. I gave this opening segment, which was about 8 minutes long, which was perfect.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I gave the whole thing a 3. I thought it was a really good start for SmackDown, and it was about damn time they got a hot start. You know, I mean, even though it was their typical promo, basically. But the thing I liked about it is that they mixed it up. You know, there was a little bit of a fight. Then you got that asshole Shane, but then you got Kevin Owens dropping a pipe bomb. So that's why I gave it a 3. I gave it a 3. About time.
Mimi.
I gave it a 3.5.
Nice.
Awesome. All right, next up, another match I was excited about, Nakamura versus Finn Balor. Now, when I was watching this match, I was like, oh, they're going to squash Nakamura. They can't do that. They cannot do this to Nakamura. We said it last week. If Nakamura wins this match, they need to have him like kick ass and take names, like Stomping Ground says.
Yep.
He basically did. He washed the floor with Finn Balor. He kept kicking, knocking him outside the ring up until a 9 count, came back and just picked up the win with the Kinshasa. I gave this match a 4 as well. I was just all in on it. I love Finn Balor and Nakamura. Now, remember, if the Demon comes out, Nakamura needs to beat him. I'm sorry. Nakamura needs to beat the Demon so Nakamura can get his stuff back. What did you give it, Tony?
No, I gave it a 2.5 because, granted, I did like this match, but there was a lot of key things that played factor into it, which is, number one, like, granted, I love the fact that these two were finally going to, I got hyped for it. But having Shinsuke win made Finn look weak, okay? Because then it's just going to show that he can't beat people unless he's the Demon, which is, I think, the stupidest thing that they could have ever done to Finn. You know what I'm saying? Because he's talented either if he puts that makeup on or not, he's still talented. And they're showing that he can be beat, when he's not this other character. It's like, it's the stupidest thing the WWE could have done to him. So I agree with what you said, Rick, is that if they do this match and he comes out the Demon, I think it would be great that Shinsuke beats him as the Demon. But if it would have showed that Finn beat Shinsuke, it wasn't going to hurt Shinsuke. As long as they kept that storyline together, because, number one, we haven't seen the IC title in how long? You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing against Finn. I like Finn as an athlete. He's very talented. But you put it on him for a reason, and then yet you don't show him. And then on top of that, you have him lose on a non-title fight. It's like, come on, man. There was a lot of things, and like you said, Shinsuke took over this match. It was about freaking time, but he did it to the wrong person.
Right.
They shouldn't have done that to Finn. So that's why I gave it a 2.5, because I'm like, there was so many things wrong, and they got to steer away from this, Finn can only win if he's the Demon.
Right.
So the only way to break that is actually, it was what you said, Rick, it's Shinsuke's got to beat him as the Demon and for the belt. So,
You know, that's a great point, and at first I didn't agree with what Rick said, but now that you made it clearer to me, I agree that he needs to beat him as the Demon. I gave it a 2 because of exactly what you both said, that they screw Finn Balor over.
Yeah, and granted, it was a good match, but there was just a lot of things wrong with it.
I do have to say, though, I do disagree with the part where Shinsuke can do well if he lost. I don't see that. I think if Shinsuke lost, it would have made it worse for him. Finn Balor is the kind of guy, the baby face, that can bounce back from anything, honestly. Like,
yeah, but you see, you got to look at it this way too. You know, with both of these guys, they're both in they're not in their prime, but with Finn being champion, that's the biggest problem. Now, if Finn wasn't champion, then I all day I'd be like, yup, Shinsuke needed this win. But if Finn would have won, for me, would have made this match more interesting going in, because with Shinsuke, if he would have lost, he could have did this whole crazy thing and attacked Finn from behind, beat the fuck out of him, and to show that now he's getting angry. This could have been a whole different side to Shinsuke if he lost. You know, but they had to do it that way. You know, having him attack Finn from behind, beating the crap out of him, because then Shinsuke beating the Demon would have been that much more better.
okay.
You know,
I can see that. Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah. Next up, we have Shane McMahon announces Dolph Ziggler is going to face Roman Reigns in the main event, and that him and Drew McIntyre and Elias are going to be out there. Elias has no purpose in this group.
he doesn't. He doesn't. They just need to leave him alone. Let him do his thing like he did before.
To continue his gimmick with Walk with Elias.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe cut a pretty decent promo talking about how he's going to take the WWE title.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You sounded
so
just like him, my God.
Yeah. I felt like he was here. I gave myself chills.
Rick.
Dun, dun, dun.
Rick.
All right, that was corny.
Rick.
Next up, we had the Bayley-Nikki Cross contract signing. This right here, I gave it a 2. I was just, I
Wow, you were
enjoyed
being
it.
nice.
I enjoyed it to an extent, but
It was the boringest thing I've ever seen.
it wasn't that.
I gave it a 0.5.
Wow.
I did too.
Mimi did too.
Yeah, so I was being real nice because I enjoy Bayley, but Nikki Cross and all the talking.
But not only that, though, I love Nikki Cross. Don't get me wrong, man. She's like one of my favorites. This whole character of hers got to go. It does. I'm rooting for her. I do hope she does win a belt one day. But in this promo, it looks like she couldn't stare Bayley in the face. She kept talking. She was just like, so at WrestleMania, I'm going to beat you for the title. This is like, poor Nikki. She can't. What is wrong with her? She can't look at her face.
She's crazy. That's what's wrong with her.
But she ain't acting like it.
Well, she brought it back in the Carmella match, which I was really happy about. Nikki Cross versus Carmella. I thought this was a great match. Nikki Cross picks up the win. It was a lot of action from Nikki Cross, which we haven't seen in a while, this crazy side of her. I gave it a 2.5. I really enjoyed the matchup between the two.
I gave it a 1.5. I think it needed more time and especially with Carmella. It's like, for me, they just threw Carmella into this. You know,
Yeah,
it's like,
of course,
punking her out.
Yeah. And only because she's got the whole 24/7 title thing going with R-Truth. That's it. And so for me, they could have put somebody else in besides her.
I agree.
So that's why I gave it a 1.5.
What you go, Mimi?
I went a 2.
All right. Next up, we had Paige backstage talking to the Iconics.
I love the Iconics.
Who apparently were under the weather.
they had mad cow bird flu disease. What the fuck is wrong with them, man?
And Paige slapped the shit out of Billy Kay, and then she said, I thought you were sick.
Yeah.
So,
this should have been a better build-up. Jesus.
This should have been an Extreme Rules match. I don't understand why we're dragging it out and saying we'll come back when you're feeling better.
Next week. Yeah, it's stupid.
Really?
Yeah. As much as I like the Iconics, this wasn't.
No.
No.
Yeah, they're not fighting. So
No.
next up we had the Tag Team Summit, which was some shit because I gave it a 1. I enjoyed Otis and Tucker.
I gave it a 0.5 only because of Otis and Tucker.
Maybe.
Seriously, the rest was just terrible. My God. Come on, Tucky.
Yeah. I gave it a 1.
Wow.
All right. I mean, like I said, I'm enjoying them. I do enjoy Daniel Bryan and Rowan. I loved when they said, was it the New Day said something about his mama, Eric Rowan, or who's your daddy? Oh, who's your daddy? And Eric Rowan was all angry. So I did enjoy that. I do enjoy the New Day without Kofi though. I enjoy them more. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Without Kofi.
Yep.
Next up, we had we had the triple threat match: Otis against Xavier Woods and Daniel Bryan. I gave this a 2. I love that Otis picked up the win. It makes it a little more difficult for my PPV Points Game pick.
It does.
But yeah, Otis picked up a big win. I thought it was a great match between the three. So I gave this a 2.
I had the same way. I gave it a 2 only because of Otis, to be honest.
Yeah. And I did as well.
And you know, the thing of it is, like, I'm a big fan of Xavier Woods, but he was barely in this match.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
So, but I gave it a 2 because of Otis. He did really. He's a good talent.
Yes.
You know, and I cannot help but every time I see him, it reminds me of Chris Farley.
Yeah. Next up, we know who Aleister Black will be facing at Extreme Rules.
Yep, Cesaro.
I mean, did you have to have the mouthpiece in your mouth?
I know, right? What the fuck? Jesus, man. Yeah, and then you hear it too. It's very good. It's my microphone.
So I'm excited to see it, but Aleister Black is winning.
But he needs to win. If they did all this for him to lose,
oh, wait a second. What if Cesaro and his crew, porn star Robert Roode and EC3 come out?
That would be nice, but it probably won't happen.
Shit! It may happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then the main event, or should I say the lame event, Roman Reigns defeated Dolph Ziggler.
You thought this was lame, really?
The reason why I gave it a 1.5 was because at the end of it all, Kevin Owens comes out and stunners Shane McMahon. So I was really excited about that. But it was if I could, I would give it a 2. But I already gave it a 1.5. So I'm going 1.5. I
gave it a 3. I enjoyed this match. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I really liked this match. I mean, I wasn't invested in it, put it that way. Mimi.
I gave it a 2.
Okay.
All right.
That's it?
So
it wasn't I wasn't entertained.
Okay. I was.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
I was not.
All right. So that's your SmackDown breakdown this week, ladies and gentlemen. I gave it 2.5 stars for this week.
I gave it a 2 stars also, same as Raw. But again, like I said, there's other factors into my decision this week, and I'm glad I did it this way too. So, Mimi, overall?
Well, overall it was 1.60.
So a 2.
So it's a 2.
Okay.
All right. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Very, very interesting.
It is. All righty.
But stupid! It is now time for NXT POV Mamma Mia! All right. NXT opens up with Tony's Sugar Dumpling, Io Shirai.
Fried dumpling, get it right.
And she says she doesn't need any friends and doesn't need any of us. I was like, okay.
No.
Except for her honey bear.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So that was
we go way
interesting. Back. Yeah. But I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Io Shirai and her demonic stages. So I gave it a 2.5, honestly.
Yeah. I gave it a 1.
Wow. Really?
Yes. Yeah,
it was a good promo.
That wasn't a good promo. She barely said anything.
The crowd
it a
hated
2.
her.
She stood there for like 5 minutes, and then all she said,
I don't
need to any one of y'all.
I gave it a 2 because she did good.
Okay.
She's doing it good. She's doing it good.
Doing it good.
Now, speaking of doing nothing, I am sorry, but the North American Championship is being held hostage by Velveteen Dream.
It is.
I am not enjoying this. He was ducking questions about who is next, and then one of the
This was pretty bad.
announcers says about Roderick Strong saying he deserves it, and he's like, "Oh, Roderick Strong doesn't deserve it." I give this a 0.5. I am getting sick and tired. They're gonna kill Velveteen before he even goes into the main roster. This North American title does not fit him. Does not suit him. He shouldn't be having it. He should move on to either the heavyweight championship or move up to the main roster, because Velveteen for me is dying very, very quickly.
I agree.
Tony.
I
I agree. I gave it the same thing. Same
Me
thing.
too.
Wow. All right. Damian Priest defeated Blanco Loco. Oh. I give it a 2. Damian Priest, I mean, again, we know what Punishment Martinez can do.
Yeah.
But he got to get a story. Why
gave
is he not fighting Velveteen?
Exactly. I know they're trying to build him up and everything, which was fine. I'm a huge fan of Punishment Martinez or Damian Priest now, but I looked at this match, as a worker. I gave it a 1.5 only because there was some, but the thing of it is, it wasn't Damian Priest's fault. It was the other guy, Blanco Loco. He was terrible.
Yeah.
He was just bad, and if you notice, he had to do that clothesline twice.
Yep.
To make it, give it that effect. So he had to do it again. So I don't blame Damian Priest in this match. I blame the other guy, which I'm sorry to say, in wrestling, and Rick, you should know this too. In wrestling, if you're working with somebody, that guy's got to make you look good just as much as you make that other guy look good.
Yep.
And this guy, Blanco Loco, he didn't do that for him.
Right.
He didn't. So that's why I gave it a 1.5, and I'm a huge Punishment or Damian Priest fan too.
Mimi.
I gave it a 2.
All right. Interesting. The same thing I did. Killian Dane is being repackaged and doing the whole Irish folklore stuff. No. No. We don't need no more of that. Just be a big badass. That's it. Then we had Jordan Miles defeat Boa. Now, this was a good match. I really enjoyed this match. This was for advancement in the Breakthrough tournament. Jordan Miles looked really good. Boa looked really good from China.
That Jordan Miles guy, if he gets called up to the main roster, I think he needs to team up with Apollo Crews.
That would be good.
That would be a good tag team.
Yeah.
Looking at this again, I was looking at it as a worker. There was a lot of mistakes in this too. Jordan Miles needs a lot of work. Very, very talented though, but he needs a lot of work. What he did at the end of the match, dude, no. Just stand up and be happy. He laid on the ground like this with his legs crossed, and I was just like, dude, seriously? Too much smiling.
Yeah.
It's okay to smile. I'm not saying that it's not. It's okay to smile, but during the match, it's like, unless you're a heel. He wasn't playing a heel. He was being a babyface. And, for me, I did enjoy this match because I watched it twice, one as a worker, one as a fan, and I did enjoy it. So I gave it a 2.5.
All right.
too.
I gave it a 3. I really enjoyed Boa. Boa really impressed me. So hopefully we see more of him. I know he didn't win the match, but Boa really impressed me.
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler talking down Mia Yim, basically saying, I heard that, and I've been there, done that. Okay. Then we had the Street Profits defeating Lorcan and Birch. Gave it a 3. Really enjoyed the match.
Same thing.
Good back and forth action. After the match, the Undisputed Era comes out, and I guess that's what we're getting next, Street Profits in the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. But, no, I gave it a 3, too. The Street Profits are improving, which is good. It's a good thing because I wasn't a big fan of theirs a while back, but they've improved, and I got to give them that credit. But I think having the belts it's like they're getting a little bit too good for their own, so they need to chill out a little bit, kick it back a little bit.
Why are they on Raw?
And that's the other thing too. If obviously I didn't talk about it because it was the dumbest thing that they can do for these guys. Why are you bringing them to Raw if you're not going to have them do anything? You can't put them there. They're the NXT champions, and you putting them on Raw to be a hype guy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what, like, imitating other wrestlers. That was the stupidest thing
ever
that they could have done to these guys. Don't put them on that. Don't put them in that position. Don't. That was just dumb. But they are improving. I do got to give them credit. But they just need to bring it back a notch. You know, you are the tag team champions. Don't let it get to your head. Slow down a little bit. Keep being how you were doing and improve your skills in the ring. But I do like Danny Burch and Ole Lorcan too. So they helped them get to that point of in that ring where it was good.
Yeah,
so that's why I gave it a 3. Mimi,
what you give it?
Hold on.
she had to look back again.
I gave it a 2.
Oh,
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So overall for NXT, I gave it a 2 stars.
okay.
You gave it a what?
2 stars overall for NXT. What you guys give it?
1.8, which is a 2 stars for me too.
2 stars, same thing.
All right. Well, now it is time for Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. Every week on our Facebook page, you, the fans, get to vote for what your favorite show was for the week. You guys use the like emojis, use the thumbs up for SmackDown, use the heart for Raw, and use the smiley face for NXT. We take your vote into consideration, and if we ever get into a tie, you guys will break that tie. So, right now, currently, NXT is up 7 to Raw's 5 to SmackDown's 1. You, the fans, voted in favor of NXT this week. 46% for NXT, 29% for SmackDown, 25% for Raw.
Wow.
Tony, what is your vote for this week?
Now, like you heard me say earlier, I was waiting on the results for the fans, by the way, because mine was all a tie. I had Raw at a 2, I had NXT at a 2, and I had SmackDown at a 2.
Me too.
But with the extra decimal points or whatever after the decimal points, overall, I had Raw at a 1.888 rating. SmackDown, I had it at a 1.85 rating, technically. And NXT, I had it at a 1.88 rating. So between NXT and Raw was tied, but just to show the severity of how close it was between all three, that's why I like doing the one part, but of course, you know, averaging out to the 2 or to the next highest number or lowest number after 5. But just to show how close it was, and that's why I'm glad we do the fans, you know, poll too. So I have to go with NXT because that's what broke the tie for me.
Yep.
All right, Mimi.
For me, I think NXT was, even though it was an hour, it was much more hype. Like, I was on my feet more. So I'm going to go with NXT.
All right, and well, with that, NXT wins. But my vote, honestly, I went SmackDown this week. I think this was one of the best SmackDowns they've had in months.
Now, granted, I mean, SmackDown, for me, like, SmackDown had a great opening and a great ending. The middle sucked.
Yeah, I can see that second hour, the Bailey stuff, that wasn't too good. But for me, I went with SmackDown. I went SmackDown 2.5. I had NXT with a 2, and Raw had 2 stars, but they had a 1.8. So I went SmackDown, NXT, Raw. But you guys overthrew that. So NXT has now won again. They are up 8 to Raw's 5 to SmackDown's 1. Every week, make sure you guys tune in and vote. You see this week, your vote actually helped out Tony Diaz in making his decision.
Yeah.
And, so continue to vote every week. All right, it is now time for the WWE WPOV Pay-Per-View Point Game Extreme Rules.
That's right. So, and those of you that are new to playing the Wrestling POV Points Game, it is quite simple. Each match has a certain amount of points. Treat them as money, as you will. So, for example, the Aleister Black versus Cesaro, that's only worth 5 points with no stipulation because it's actually not really quite a build-up to it. So, you can bet up to 5 points. You don't have to max it out. I always say this, and there's always one person that maxes out all their points, but it can hurt you if you do. Why? Because let's just say you win Aleister Black for 5 points, and Aleister Black loses. Guess what? You're starting off the game at a -5, while everybody else, if they did get it right and picked Cesaro for the win, and they bet 5, guess what? Now they're at a 10-point advantage. So now you're at +5. Or if they went 2, +2, it's still a 7-point advantage between the person that bet it all and the person that didn't bet it all. It's still a 7-point advantage. So now with all the title matches, there is an extra stipulation, which is 3 points. There's no wagering. There is no wager. You can't bet 1 point on it. No, it's 3 points straight flat. And those for the 3 points, you predict if it was a pin, submission, count out, disqualification, or a no contest. If you pick a no contest, you cannot pick a winner, okay? So what happens is if there was a winner, you're only losing 3 points, right? Yeah, you're only losing 3 points. If it does end up being in a no contest and you were the only one that predicted that it was going to be a no contest and everybody else picked somebody to win, while everybody's getting the negative points, you're getting 3 points. And that's a lot. It's a lot. You guys got to understand it's a lot, to have that. So,
A lot.
with that being said, are we ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, these are not in order. I know that. It is not in order. So please, don't jump down.
You're out of order. This whole courtroom is out of order.
Bastard. All right, so first one we got is for the Cruiserweight Championship, Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese. This one is 10 points with the stipulation. We'll go, you know what? I'll start it, then Mimi, and then Rick, and we'll go from there. I'm going to go Drew Gulak is going to retain. I'm going to go 7 points, and I'm going to say a pin. So there you go.
I'm going to go Drew Gulak, 4 points and a pin.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going Drew Gulak, 10 points and a pin.
Okay.
And let's not forget, Josh Sanders, if I beat you, the Rick Serrano the Turd Award will become the Josh Sandturd Award if you agree to our bet. I hope you do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so up next we have Aleister Black versus Cesaro. This is a 5-pointer. Mimi, who you got?
I got Cesaro, 2 points.
What?
No.
All right, I got Aleister Black, 5 points.
I got Aleister Black, and I'm going 5 points too. So up next, this one's a hard. This one's going to be a hard pick. It's for the United States Championship. Ricochet versus AJ Styles. This is a 10-pointer with the stipulation. Rick, who you got?
Ooh, I am going. Damn, bro. I'm going
Because at the same time, they can't make Ricochet lose because then that kind of hurt his credibility a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Damn, I'm gonna go Ricochet, 4 points, and I'm gonna go pinfall.
Wow.
That way, if Ricochet wins by disqualification, I at least get 1 point. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm going that low.
So wait, you going Ricochet? How many points?
4 points, pinfall.
Oh, yeah, but you can lose 7 altogether.
Yeah, I can, but if Ricochet wins by disqualification,
It's only 1 point.
I'll get 1 point. At least I'll get something out of it.
And you calling it a pin?
Yes.
Okay. Damn. I'm trying to think of who while you were babbling there. Because Gallows and Anderson, they're going to interfere. Mm-hmm. They have to. Oh, my Lord. And Ricochet did just win this. This would be the tie. Well, actually, no. This would break the tie because they beat each other once. I'm going to go with Ricochet. Good golly almighty. You know what? This will hurt, though. I'm going Ricochet. I'm going to go 5 points. Pin. Yes. Mimi.
All right, Mimi.
And I agree with all you guys, and I disagree with you. I think that the club is going to interfere. Mm-hmm. AJ's going to win 9 points with the pin.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, because
they got to make the club dominant.
I agree.
I think that's the only way they can make the club dominant and relevant again. Is AJ winning and then being the top dog and those
I agree, but
two
after
being
all,
the puppets.
This is Extreme Rules too, so I can see this ending in the DQ, saving Ricochet from losing because there's no stipulation in this match. This is just a regular match, So that's a hard pick for me. I don't know. I'm sticking to what I picked, but this one can go either way. I think this match itself is gonna either break or make somebody out there who plays. Up next, it's for the Raw Tag Team Championship, the Revival versus the Usos. This is 10 points with the stipulation. Now, I will say this. There was something out there on the intranet and the World Wide Web, the WWW, that the Revival is still unhappy being in WWE, and they are supposedly not signing or re-signing with WWE. So, with that being out there, you don't think the WWE is going to read that and say, you know what, fuck you, give us our tag belts back with no more, because they haven't been on TV in 2 weeks?
It's true.
So, this could be a big factor. It's on me, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Son of a bitch. Would the Usos benefit from getting these belts and then having it out with AOP? They need to come back soon, or fighting the Viking Raiders for that matter too. I'm gonna go. Oh man, this one's a hard one. But then this is gonna make the Revival look punk. And if my rumors are true that they are unhappy, I don't think WWE is gonna give a shit. Damn it. I'm gonna go the Revival, even though I don't want to. I'm going the Revival. 3 points, pin. That's what I'm going. Because if they lose, I get 6. No, -6, right?
Yep.
Shit. No. Let me take it back. I'm still going for the Revival. I'm going to go 5 points, pin. That's what it is. Because if they win, I get 8 points. But if they win, and if it's by like DQ or some shit like that, I get 2. So I'm good with that. That's where I was trying to get at. It was complicated. I was complicating myself. All right, Mimi, who you got?
You're a jerk by putting that shit in my head. I had the Revival, but I switched it to the Usos.
That's why I put that out there.
3 points and pin.
Wow. Okay, Rick.
I'm going with the Usos because I want to see the Usos versus the Viking Raiders at SummerSlam.
Exactly.
So I'm going Usos, 6 points, pinfall.
Wow. Alrighty. Up next is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan versus The New Day versus Heavy Machinery. 10 points with the added stipulation. Mimi, it's on you.
I went with Heavy Machinery.
Really?
8 points, pin.
So wait, who'd you pick in the last match? The Usos?
Mm-hmm.
So you think there's really going to be 2 tag title changes?
Hey, that was the last time I did.
Was there?
Yep.
There you go.
Rick, do you agree with that?
See, this is tough, man. They're making it seem like Heavy Machinery is going to win it.
Yep.
I do not want to see New Day win it.
No, I don't either. Jesus, no.
And that's the kind of thing. The New Day and the Usos both win the titles on the same night.
Yeah.
I'm going to go low on this one. I'm going to go Daniel Bryan and Rowan, and I'm going to go 4 points, and I'm going to go by pinfall.
I agree with you. I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. I'm going to go 7 points, though. I'm going to go 7 points, pin. Up next, we have The Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Now, isn't this a stipulation in this match?
It's a
no
holds barred.
No holds barred, yeah. So there's obviously there ain't going to be no stipulation in this match, but it is worth 8 points. It is worth 8 points because of being that it's a no holds barred. So, Rick, who you got?
Oh, man. Let's go Undertaker and
Roman Reigns. How many
8 points?
8 points? Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Taker and Reigns, 8 points. Mimi?
I did the same thing. 8 points, Undertaker.
Alrighty. So now up next for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. This is 10 points with the stipulation. I want to really see Nikki Cross win this, but I think something's going to happen to where she's going to screw it up for Alexa, and Bayley's going to retain. So I'm going to go with Bayley, and I'm going to go 7 points, pin. Bayley's got it, 7 points, pin. And I also think that Sasha is going to interfere in this somehow, some way. And then this is going to lead into a tag match later on. Because the next pay-per-view is what? SummerSlam?
I think so.
All right. So, Mimi, who you got?
I have another title change.
That's what it looks like.
I have Nikki
Uh-huh.
winning it, 10 points with a pin.
Oh.
And Alexa is going to be hogging up the belt.
The belt, yeah. See, because that's what I was thinking of, too. All right, Rick.
I am going with Bailey, 7 points, pinfall because of the boss makes a return.
Oh. Now, do you think if she does return, do you think she's going to turn on Bailey?
Oh, yeah.
No, absolutely not. She's going to be her friend.
All right. And the co-main event, WWE Championship match, Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe. This is 10 points with the added stipulation. Who's it on, Rick or Mimi? Mimi. Who you got?
I got to go with my Samoa.
So, what's your Samoa?
With my Samoa. 10 points submission.
So that's another title change.
I know. I have all title changes except for one.
Wow. All right, Rick. Wait,
Ladies
what
and
do you win?
gentlemen,
You win 10 points.
10 point submission.
10-point submission. Interesting.
ladies and gentlemen, Mimi has never won a title, just to let you know. I am going with Kofi Kingston, 6 points, pinfall. He's going to lose it at SummerSlam. It's not going to happen now.
Yeah, he's going to hold on to it till SummerSlam. I'm also going to go Kofi Kingston. I'm going to go 10 points pin. Up next, the final match. Winner take all mixed tag for the Universal and Raw Women's Championship. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. Now, this is another stipulated match, right?
This is an Extreme Rules match.
Extreme Rules match.
And winner takes all.
So there is no stipulation in this match. So you can't pick what the, like pin, submission, or anything like that. But it is worth 15 points. It is worth 15 points. So, Rick, what do you got on this one?
This is a tough one, bro, because Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans have been working their asses off.
Yeah.
This is the third time in a row they're going for the titles. You cannot sucker butt them three times in a row. But you very much well can do that to them. And it just, for me, it's just like Baron Corbin's been working his butt off, and it's about time. But
they can easily do this because being that it's Extreme Rules, Lacey can either do something to Baron and they lose, or Baron can do something to Lacey to make him lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this can go either way.
Yeah.
But then again, you're right. This is the third time they've all fought, and each those 3 times they've punked Baron and Lacey. So is it really going to be their time?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Seth and Becky, and I'm gonna go 8 points. I'll go half.
All right, so that's not half, but I'm gonna go with this one. Is a hard one because oh my god, I wouldn't. But the thing of it is, I would not mind a title change in this match. I really wouldn't. I think between Baron and Lacey, shit. Do you know how much heat they get? And they'll soak all that shit in, too. I'm going to go with Seth and Becky. I'm going to go 10 points. I'm going to go 10 on that. Mimi, who you got?
I did Seth and Becky 10 points.
Well,
all right.
No reason. You just said, fuck it. That's what I'm doing.
Well, because I don't want to see Baron Corbin.
Really?
Okay. And then if Baron Corbin takes the belt, then Brock Lesnar can cash it in.
See, because that's what I was thinking of, too.
He's still going to get punked up.
Yeah, see, because that's what I was thinking of, too. That if Baron and Lacey wins, right? Number one, obviously, Brock's not going to cash it in on Lacey. But he can easily cash it in on Baron Corbin and take the belt away from him because it'll protect Seth. Out of all of them, between the two, between Becky and Seth, the one that would take that pin would be Becky, number one. Because Lacey is more credible for me than Baron Corbin is.
Right.
So Lacey would have to pin Becky, and then they can get their rematch at SummerSlam, while it could be a triple threat at SummerSlam between Baron and Seth and Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because doing it that way, it still protects Seth from losing legitimately by pin from Baron, because nobody's really believing that right now. But to have Brock cash in on Baron, that can happen. That can very well happen. And I'm sorry to say, Baron will have the shortest reign in history.
I know, but and
it'll punk him out. Yeah,
it will punk him out, and it's like I can't see it. I could, but I can't.
I can see Seth win and Brock cash in on Seth, and then Seth versus Brock at SummerSlam, eliminating Corbin altogether, and Corbin does something else finally.
True, and that's what they need to stay away from. Putting him in the freaking title picture, because
and stop with the triple threats.
Yeah. Yep. So, I think Rick hurt himself. His brain got fried.
I hurt my hand.
I hurt my hand.
Oh, how's your shoulder doing?
Not his shoulder, his pinky.
Well, that's what happened the last time.
Yeah, that's true.
Now it's up to his shoulder.
Do you have to go to the emergency room?
Yeah.
All right, so that is it for the Wrestling PPV Points Game. Good luck to you all. Will we have another champion? A brand new one.
We got Kayla Knox as the champ. Cousin Jay is the interstate champ. Dustin Riley is the overseas champ. And Tina M. Hunter is the Rick Serrano the Turd Award. But she won't have it anymore because Josh Sanders has it now.
You still got to wait for the results after the pay-per-view. So good luck to you all. Tell your friends, will you? Have them play along. All right. So, but of course, in this main one, we have Josh Sanders versus Rick Serrano III. Little side bet action going on.
If he accepts.
If he does accept. Yeah, that's true too. All right. So now let's go into the Wrestling POV's book. Those that are new to the show, basically what we do is we put the most ridiculous things that happens in the week of wrestling, and we just talk about it. We get a good laugh about it, and who knows, maybe get a chuckle or two. All right, so we ready?
Yes, sir.
Shane's damn ego times 8. God is getting up there.
Stays.
Matt Riddle's chanclas.
Stays.
Lafayette, Louisiana crowd.
So they go back.
Kofi's mic privileges times 3. It is getting terrible.
Stays.
It is
bad.
Robert Roode's porn star mustache. I think when we see him, if he still has it, then definitely. If it doesn't,
then it comes off.
Kofi's 11 year stays. Mrs. Daddy issues. That boy is still talking about his daddy. Natty's stinky promo.
She hasn't had one.
Come out.
Yeah, you think it comes out?
I think it comes out.
All right, we'll take it off.
Yeah, take Natty off.
Yeah, we'll take Natty off. All right, Kofi's armpit teta stays. New Day's fucking pancakes.
Stays.
What is this? Oh, Kofi's crooked middle finger.
Stays.
Nicole Cross stays.
Stays.
Bailey's badunkadunk.
Oh, that stays.
2 out of 3 falls ain't bad. Stays. Jesus, they did it again. Colt Cabana's broke ass again.
Still broke.
And Lacey Evans veggie wedgie.
Yes.
We'll find out
That
Sunday.
is still up there, man. It is still up there. Yeah, actually, we'll see Sunday too.
Yeah. Oh,
I think if we don't see it on Sunday, I think we take it off.
I agree.
definitely.
Okay.
Did you mention Matt Novak?
Oh shit, that's right. I didn't see it in here. What was it called? Do you remember? Wasn't it?
I don't know. Something
He's
about
a Red Sox lover.
fan.
Yeah, Red Sox lover. Yeah, that one too. But he still stays. He ain't getting out.
Until he apologizes.
He
Let's
knows-
go Yankees.
He knows how to get out. He has to say on video, "Let's go Yankees." All right. With that being said, as that time we close the show. Before we close the show, we do play a song. It's just, it's you guys against the POV crew. Basically, it's a guess along. I play a song from my phone of over 100 gazillion songs I have on this iPhone of wrestling songs, new and old. All you got to do is guess it. We just ride off into the sunset. That's how we do things here. And we'll see y'all next week with a brand new edition, a brand new episode, and hopefully a new champion. With that being said, I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with
Mimi Goody.
and the third wheel,
Rick Serrano the third.
And hopefully we'll get Miguel soon.
Sometime.
Jesus. Love, peace, and wrestling. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.
All right, we ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Who in Tarnation?
I give you a hint. He currently wrestles with the WWE right now.
Elias.
Elias. I'll do another one because he never has an entrance. So here's another one for you. Ready? Nothing?
Not a clue.
The Nasty Boys.
Oh.
The Nasty Boys, yeah. We'll do one more.
This is a girl. Is that Jacqueline?
Nope.
Sable?
Nope. It's a male.
Oh, wow.
Old school. Talking, he had a little thing with Goldust. Goldust kissed this dude on live TV, trying to give him CPR.
Ahmed Johnson?
Ahmed Johnson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pearl River Plunge!
Yep. I have it on
That was
Facebook
a good
too.
move.
I have him on Facebook too.
Yeah?
Who, Ahmed?
Ahmed, yeah.
I also met Ahmed Johnson when I met Rocky Maivia the same
Oh,
day.
really?
Yeah. Huge. Dude was huge.
He was a big guy. Yep.
I like big guys.